Hello girls, welcome to our stretching routine. Today we are going to open up those hips and really focus on strengthening and stretching the hamstrings so that it can keep you aligned as we move through our workouts. So let's go ahead and start with your feet in a butterfly position, bottoms of the feet touching each other. And just start by gently moving the knees up and down, maybe closing your eyes. The stretches that we do today are going to be static stretches. So we're not going to flow through them. We're going to go through them very slowly and allow you to deepen each stretch with your breath. So starting here with a gentle little butterfly, just noticing your hips open up as your knees press down towards the mat. Beautiful. Now holding at the bottom, we're going to hold here, energetically shifting those knees towards the mat. Now remember, wherever you are is just fine. So maybe you're somebody that's starting out right here, totally fine. Maybe you're somebody who's super flexible and those knees are already married to the mat, perfect. Wherever you are, just be all there. Inhale and exhale, and as you exhale, bring those knees closer to the mat. Keeping that core engaged, chest is lifted. And just holding here. Every exhale, energetically bringing those knees closer to the mat. And we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. So get cozy in this position. Don't force it, but definitely allow yourself to fall a little bit deeper as your body wishes. Closing your eyes. About halfway there. Continuing to press those knees a little bit closer to the mat. Noticing your inner thighs opening up, those hips opening. About 10 more seconds here. Maybe a little flutter of the knees, and then bring those knees down and hold. Beautiful. Now, moving one foot behind you, starting right here, bringing those hands up overhead, shifting towards the knee that's bent. We're going to fall down, planting our fingertips on the mat and bringing our chest closer to our knee. Couple little micro bounces, ever so gently. And then we're going to hold it at the bottom here, but continue to micro bounce, just loosening up that hip. Inhale and exhale and allow yourself to fall as deep as feels good in your body. So bring that chest down towards your knee. Gaze is towards the mat. Inhale and exhale, falling down towards the knee. So we're stretching both the bent knee, also opening up the hip of the knee that is bent behind you. Inhale and exhale. Remember, wherever you are, maybe where you're somewhere that is someone that is right here at a half fold, completely fine. Little by little, remember, the goal is for us to continue to do these stretches so that we can increase our flexibility and mobility. So wherever you are, just hold that and breathe into it. Few more seconds here. And gently guiding yourself back up to center. Just noticing the realignment. Always start from an aligned space. Shifting now, bringing the right foot in, left foot back. Starting right here, just noticing how does this feel in your body. Maybe one side feels tighter than the other, which is very likely. Bring those hands up overhead. Shift the chest. Plant those pointers down onto the mat and slowly start to lower that chest down. Wherever you are, just be there. Tiny little micro bounces, very gentle. And when you feel ready, hold that position. Hold that stretch. Staying connected to your breath with every exhale, seeing if you can fall just a little bit further down. Stay with it. Maybe you need to come out of the stretch and then lower back down. Remembering wherever you are is completely perfect. And from every day is going to be different sensations in your body. Just be all there. Couple more seconds here. Inhale and exhale. And gently bring yourself back up to center. Noticing the shifts, the opening in the hips. Coming back into that butterfly. Noticing now if you feel a little bit more opened, bringing those knees down towards the mat. Tiny little flutters. Beautiful. Now shifting onto one knee with one leg extended behind you, okay? So bending one knee, the right leg is extended behind you, really opening up the hip on the right straight leg, keeping your torso up nice and tall. If you have a block, feel free to use a block to hold you up. So all of us are in different stages and just working with wherever you are. So inhale and exhale, we're just gonna hold this. This is it. Relaxing into this stretch. Wherever you feel tension, breathe into it and just let it go. Holding this just a few more seconds. Beautiful. Now bringing your toes onto the mat, coming into a high-low lunge, whether you have blocks or not. So more advanced would be without blocks. More, need a little more assistance. You're just feeling not so flexible today, just holding on to blocks or books, whatever you have handy, and just holding this right here. Again, opening up the hips on the leg behind you and just breathe. Staying up nice and tall in the upper body and just hold this. Stay with me, stay with your breath. Hold. About 10 more seconds. You've got this. Just breathe into it. Feel that nice stretch. If you need to drop the knee and put your palm of your foot on the mat, completely fine. Whatever feels good, just feel that nice stretch in the hip. Okay, before we move on to the other side, sitting back now on that heel and keeping that left leg straight in front of you. Left leg is straight, sitting on that heel. Wherever you are, maybe you're right here. If you're not feeling as flexible, maybe your body's just not there today or at all, that's okay. Just start here and hold this stretch. If you're with me, lower yourself down to the heel. Keep that left leg extended. Abs are tight. And just hold here. We're not even going to reach for those toes. We're just going to elongate the hamstring and hold this stretch. Again, feeling it in the knees. Maybe you need a little bit of assistance coming up here and then dropping down. So even if you want to shift from coming up to seated, feel what feels good in your body. The key here is that we're going to hold these stretches to allow your body to loosen up. So wherever you are, we've got about 10 more seconds. Using blocks if needed sometimes can help as well. Using those blocks for assistance. Beautiful. Now coming back into a high lunge before we move to the other side, holding here. Just notice if there's any changes. Sometimes just in one hold, you can notice a change. Just recognize. Beautiful. Let's realign and come to that other side, holding that low lunge. Toes are on the mat or toes planted on the mat, keeping the upper body tall, core is engaged, holding here. Let's just sit with this. Inhale and exhale, fall into that hip. If you feel a little pressure in the knee, it's good to come up onto those toes and kind of remove the knee from the mat. Sitting in that low lunge. Find your perfect. We're almost there, holding it. Staying with it. Few more seconds. Beautiful. Now slowly guiding yourself back, finding your position, right? So maybe you're just right here. That's perfectly fine. Our goal is to elongate and strengthen and straighten that right leg and sit down on that heel. But remember, we have to take it in stages. And every side and every day is completely different. So sit with where you are today. This side is a lot more challenging for me. So it takes a little bit more patience. Inhale and exhale wherever you are. Stay up tall in that torso if you can. Keep the right leg straight and just stretch this out. Slowly start to bring that torso down as you feel ready, but start with the torso up tall. And every exhale, see if you can lower down just a little bit. Eventually, bringing that chest all the way down to your thighs. Not there yet, that's okay. These static holds are so powerful to helping you really strengthen your flexibility and improve your flexibility. So just breathe with me and breathe into it. If you can't come all the way down onto your heel, right here is the modification. Staying up, hovered above that heel, and then eventually just coming back a little bit more until gently you're sitting back on that heel, keeping that front foot elongated in front of you. Inhale and exhale, and hold. Just be with it, sit into it, feel your glutes loosening, the hamstrings, just feel the sensations going on inside. Beautiful. Coming up into that low lunge, slowly coming up, nice and slow, walking the hands up, low lunge, hands on the mat or on your yoga blocks, just holding here and notice any changes. Extend the foot behind you, coming up into downward facing dog. Let's just stretch out the back of the legs. This is it for this first stretching routine. Our first series here, just opening up the hips and the hamstrings. Sit back in that downward dog. Few more breaths. Coming up into that high plank, holding here. Everything's tight and engaged. Beautiful. Coming back into that beautiful butterfly position where we started. Let's just check in now and see how we're feeling. Butterfly those knees. Check in. Shift the right foot back. We're just checking in with how you're feeling now. Hold. Close your eyes. Good, and shift. Bring the right leg in, left leg back. Check in here. Awesome, and coming back into that butterfly, finishing it off here. A little bit of some flutters and then a static hold. And last thing we're gonna do is just bring those hands in front of us, walking those hands out, keeping the knees down towards the mat. So holding here, if this feels good for you, or if you feel inclined and ready, walking those hands out, but continuing to keep those knees shifted down. So hands come out in front of you. Keep the knees down. Don't let those knees come up as you come forward. So as soon as those knees lift, walk yourself back. So take it in little bite-sized pieces, keeping the knees down, walking those hands out, seeing how far you can bring that chest without the knees coming up. Inhale and exhale, wherever that is for you. Find that perfect place where the chest is down as far as you can bring it and the knees are down as far as you can push them. And then just hold right here. So as your hands come forward, the knees come down. This is our last stretch, so hold it here and feel what's happening inside. Tune inward, let go of everything outside, and just be all here right now. Slowly walking those hands back. Slowly bringing yourself up to a seated position. Crisscrossing those legs. Just notice the changes, right? It happens so quick. And imagine if you continue to work these stretching routines. They're short, they're sweet, they can be practiced on a daily basis to keep you loose and to keep your body aligned, to prevent injury, and to keep you flexible for all of the amazing things that we get to do. All right, my girls, have the most incredible day ever. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you for our next routine.